would like to say that I had a great year with our dual enrollment. Our professor name was Dixie Haggard, and he was a phenomenal professor. A stable relationship with your professor is key. Now, most of the work you're gonna do is gonna be online. Now, this can be very stressful, so when you're doing this, you need to talk with your professor about how to get online, because this was a serious issue in our class. We struggled with learning how to get the technology involved because they love technology. So once you figure that out with your professor, then you need to make sure you do all your assignments on time, because if it's not on time, then you'll get a 0.
Now, another bit of information is, for our class, we took history up to 1865 and then history after 1865. And this includes a ton of reading. Essays from 10 pages to 70 pages. And then we have to write article analysis. Those are when you have at least 3 or 4 essays and you have to find how they all go together. And then you use Chicago format. Get that? Chicago format.
Now, if you're lucky, you'll get a professor that likes to connect with his students, like our professor, Dr. Dixie Haggard. He wanted to tell us all his information about his life, and we kind of pride him on it. So it's very important to have a personal connection with your professor. That way they get to know you more, and you're not just another person in the class.
Hey, Claire, could you come answer a few questions for me?
I would love to.
Well, since dual enrollment's so great, how do I qualify for it?
Here are a few ways you qualify for dual enrollment.
Really?
The first, student must be enrolled in the 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade at an eligible Georgia public or private high school or home study program operating in accordance with OCGA 20-2-690. Another way is you have to qualify minimum SAT, ACT, or Accuplacer test scores dual enrollment online admissions application. We took this application at VSU. Super easy. Just asks you the basics about math, English, how to write an essay.
And that's only if your SAT score that you already have doesn't qualify you for that college. So for me, I didn't have to take the test, but a lot of my friends did, but it's a very easy test and you will pass.
Yes. Another qualification you have to have is dual enrollment student participation agreement. This must be signed by your parents, yourself, and your high school that you're at right now.
Parent or legal
guardian.
that.
Qualifying test scores, dual enrollment online admissions application, and dual enrollment student participation agreement must be submitted to the college prior to the applicable deadline for the semester the student is enrolling.
Yes.
Lastly, an eligible dual enrollment student may enroll and receive funding for courses up to the maximum of 15 semester hours. So, if you don't want to pay for these classes, make sure you have your Georgia's Futures account logged in and ready to rumble. Now, you may be wondering, how do I apply for dual enrollment, since we've already talked about the application process, right? Or how to be applicable.
You know what you need for your application. So to apply, like actually apply for dual enrollment, all you have to do is go to Georgia Futures and click on the dual enrollment tab, holding all the information, the key.
Everything you need to know is in Georgia Futures for registering for the class.
Exactly what she said. Well, Claire, how does my dual enrollment affect my GPA?
Okay.
In high school?
A student's high school Hope Scholarship GPA is not the same as his or her high school GPA. The major difference in the two calculations is that the high school Hope Scholarship GPA includes only grades earned in the core subjects of English, math, science, social studies, and foreign languages. Elizabeth, can I get funding for my dual enrollment classes?
Oh, absolutely. It is so easy. Once you're enrolled, you're automatically set for funding.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
So Claire,
Yes.
once I've taken these dual enrollment classes in high school, do I have to reapply for that college once graduation rolls around?
Students returning to college after dropping out have their work cut out for them. They must re-navigate admissions and enrollment, and they also may have to overcome additional challenges such as having originally left under academic probation due to poor grades. So, if you pass the class, you're able to apply again and take more classes, but if you fail, like someone I know, you're not able to take the classes anymore.
That was shady.
So, Elizabeth, do I have to go to the college or university to take my dual enrollment class?
Well, if you go here, you don't. Valwood School has the professors come to you if you do dual enrollment. Now, normally at other public schools or different schools, you'd have to go on their campus to take the dual enrollment class. But since you go to Valwood, they come to you.
They come to us.
Claire, but are we gonna do this dual enrollment for nothing? Like, will the classes even transfer?
Let me tell you. Go to the college/university's website that you're interested in and do some research on if the classes you're taking through BSU, Wiregrass, what GMC will transfer, because if not, you might not want to take them because if they don't transfer, it's just hours that you're putting into waste. Elizabeth, I know at Valwood, our parents use RenWeb, and so do we, and all of our emails are connected, so they're informed on what's going on at Valwood. Is this the same for VSU?
No, actually. When you're in college, your parents don't get sent your grades. That means it is your responsibility to check your own grades, and you won't have your parents on your butt about it because they will only you will only have access to your grades. And you need, if you go to VSU to take a dual enrollment, you create your own new email. I can't talk.
Just for you. That email is for you. Mine was ce9gym@valdosta.edu.
Hit me up. Claire, how do you send your transcript from the dual enrollment class you were taking to the college you're applying to?
So pretty much you need to go to VSU, get in contact with them, and ask them to
Or
send
any college.
or any college, you're dual enrolled at, and ask them to send your transcript to the college that you're applying to. Now that's how we use Naviance, and that's how they send your grades out, so we don't have to worry about it as much. But whenever you take a dual enrollment class, you're going to have to make sure that they're able to send your transcript to whatever colleges you're applying to.
And yeah.
So I hope we have given you all the information on what you need to know about dual enrollment classes. From experience, it's a change from high school classes, but in the end, knowing that I have hours that can transfer to my college is really satisfying because you won't be overloaded your freshman year of college. And it might be stressful at times. You might want to give up, but you got to keep pushing through. Know in the long run it'll be worth it, and
Just hope you have Dixie Haggard as your professor, because that man,
great guy.
great guy, stellar guy. Shout out to you, Dixie.
Disclaimer, this video is not sponsored, but we 10 out of 10 recommend Dixie Haggard to